Welcome to Ideas at Work and Beyond. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce students from Re-Race. They are here to talk about feeding the hunger. That is such a great topic because, as we know, the world is suffering from hunger right now. And what we see mostly is the third world countries.
Yeah, when you
Right?
think of hunger,
Right.
you don't think of Fairfield County, Connecticut.
No.
You think of Somalia or Darfur or somewhere, you know, like that.
Exactly, but with the price of gas, we're gonna start thinking about that
Yeah.
very seriously.
Yeah.
Also, we want you to know that people dying from hunger is not just third world countries. It is right here in America. It is right here in Danbury, Bethel, and even Richfield, right? Believe it
I
or
don't
not.
think there's one hungry person in Ridgefield. I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But I'll get back to you on that. But I think everyone's pretty much well fed.
Well fed in Richfield. Okay.
But that's not to minimize what we're talking about.
Okay. I would like to introduce the students from Re-Race. We have Miguel and Louis and Carlos. Okay, welcome guys.
Thank you.
Okay, students feeding the hunger. What is that? I mean, I know you're feeding the hunger, but why you guys are doing it?
Yeah, because sometimes when you're born, you see in your blood to help somebody, you know, they need help, you know, the medicine, the food. If you have it to give it to him, you can give it to the child, you know, to help. You know, if he's sick, you can give him medicine, you know, to feel better, or to the next day wake up happy, you know what I mean? To see the different future of the child, you know what I mean? It's all in the world, you know, it's South America, you know, Central America. It's not just one country. It's
What about you?
Yeah, I feed the hunger because, you know, as myself, you know, everything's a struggle, and what people is going through is not right in this country. So what I decided to do was feed the hunger. I always wanted to feed the hunger, but since I just started this school program, it made me feel a lot more better and have more courage to feed the hunger, and so far we're doing pretty much good. So what made me feed the hunger was love.
Okay. What about you?
Well, I've always tried to help people any way I can, but I never really thought about, you know, giving food to people, and well, it's something I just learned. One of the things that, you know, one of the classes, like you mentioned, was public service learning, and it was really interesting how we, you know, just started, and you know, started small with a few students, and then, you know, just grew. And they say that in America there's a lot of people who are just a paycheck away from being homeless, and I think that's especially true nowadays, that, you know, with the housing problem that we're having now.
And gas.
And gas and fuel, you know, going up. And, you know, people are having to decide, well, you know what, do I buy gas or do I buy food? And, but I decided to do it because, you know, you just never know, you know, when it's going to happen to you. Or, you know, it's one of those things that maybe it affects your family. Just the other day, I was talking to one of my family members, and he was telling me that he was having problems. I'm like, really? And I was like, you know what? And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? This is so close to me. But this, after I started doing it, I'm like, you know what? This is great. You know, and at home, I mean, we've been blessed that we have plenty of food, and we don't throw away much food, but we do throw away some food. And I was thinking, you know what? You know, we should just, like, you know, I can help. And there are other members of my family that help also. I mean, that's how I started, you know, getting food, because I was thinking, like, you know what? I can't do this by myself. And our teacher said, you know what? We're going to start with ourselves, and then we're going to move to other people, family members, or, you know, even large corporations, which we've been trying. We got Costco to donate some food.
They did. Costco did.
Yeah, Costco did. Yeah. lose everything store. They donated. I went to pick up some food from them, from him. There's this one little store. As a matter of fact, it's really weird because, I mean, when you walk in as a customer, you know, they give you this smile like, oh, hey, how you doing? And then, you know, as soon as you tell them what you're doing, you know, they're like, oh. You know, they just don't know what to do. And I'm like, you know, it felt really weird at the beginning.
Right.
But then I realized that, you know, that it's something that, you know, not too many people think about. You know, like, you know, why should I give food?
Let me ask you this. What made you guys want to do this? How did it start? What motivated you guys to start this initiative? Why suddenly you want to collect food for the hunger?
Well, for me, like I said, it all started as a class. You know, just
The class was public service learning, teaching how to do community service.
Exactly.
That was a class, and the teacher I think we're going to meet later is Miss Perfido?
Yes.
Perfido, Mara Perfido. Okay.
And I began to see, well, first I must say.
Are you guys in a partnership with somebody else?
Yeah, we are with, there's another group called Pabango, I believe, and they're working with some of the UN initiatives. I believe. The Millennium,
Right.
I forget.
That's okay. That's okay.
But anyways, one of the things that they're working on is to end world hunger, and you know, world hunger is a very big thing. So, but the guys, you know, they live here in Connecticut. They live in Danbury, and they say, you know what, I'm gonna start right here. You know, there's no better place to start than at home. So we're not trying to feed, you know, people, you know, all over the world. We're just doing it locally. Whatever we collect, we donate here. It stays here in Danbury. So, you know, I know a lot of people think that, you know what, the food's going to go somewhere else, or who knows where it's going. But we, the students, this is one of the things our teacher told us. You know what, you, the students, will decide where the food goes. You know, and then so she found out, you know, some of the food banks, you know, that were low on food, on supplies. So she's like, well, this is a list of, you know, the banks that need food. Where do you want it to go? And then, so we all decided that, you know, we were going to give, on some occasions, to Dorothy Day, on other occasions to
Salvation Army.
the Salvation Army, yeah.
Goodwill.
Yeah, it's different places, and we go on the basis of, you know, who needs it the most.
You know what? This is, Mr. Heiser, this is quite interesting because, as I said, when you think of hunger,
It's not only clothes we could donate. We could donate food, correct, but we could donate clothes too, because people, in the wintertime, they're cold. Right. You know, people need clothing, people need shoes. You know, walking barefooted could cause bacteria and fungus, and still can cause illnesses to the person and kill them. So it's not only about food that people are dying from. It's about, you know, shelters and stuff like that. Like. So
what I see, there's established food banks. There's the Salvation Army. There are these other sort of food pantries that you can work through, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to, you know, rent a storefront and start your own service, but you can actually go out and collect the food and then provide it to these existing charities that are already doing this type of work. Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, like I was trying to say before, it's quite interesting to see on TV people from like Africa and these other places not having food to eat. And and you also, when you watch TV, you see these people like trying to raise money to feed these kids who are like dying, pretty much skeletons. But it's quite interesting to see this turnaround where you're raising the funds, I guess the food, to feed people in America and Danbury. We don't see that. Now, you have some stats. Did you know what, like, the percentage of people who are, I guess, in the poverty level, below poverty?
Yeah, Danbury is 8%. 8% live below the poverty line.
We're actually buying food for their families. I would imagine some of these people as single-parent families. I'm envisioning a working mother who has a job that doesn't pay very well. She's raising 2-3 kids, all of a sudden the actual purchasing and providing food for her family becomes a weekly budgetary concern. You know, pay the rent, pay the electric, or make sure my kids have enough food. So they don't have anywhere to turn. I'm just imagining this is the situation, and that's where they can turn to these guys.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said before. You know, you're not aware of certain things. You know, you go through life and you don't see them, or you don't appreciate certain things. And one of the things that you know has happened to me, like he said, you know, what made you do it? Like I said, it all started like class. But I mean, I have to say this: we have an excellent teacher. She's really, really great, and just to see her, you know, she inspires you to do certain things. You know, like wow, you know, because she does a lot of things for us, for the students, that you know, perhaps she really doesn't have to do it. I mean, you know, she just has to teach, and you know, other people will be like, you know what, I have to be there, teach. You know, the students will either get it or not, but she takes the time to make sure that you know we understand what we're doing, and she. One time, I mean, I'm going to tell you a story.
Please do.
I was asking for food.
This teacher's in the green room, so she's probably just eating this up, which is good. We're going to get a chance to meet this modern-day Mother Teresa who's inspiring these fine young men.
So one of the things I went and I asked one of my family members. I won't mention who it is, but she told me, she's like, look, I came to this country to better myself. I came to this country to work, and she has, you know, turned herself around. I mean, she's
so this is one of your family members? Okay.
She's a homeowner. She's doing pretty good for herself, and she's like, you know what? She told me, she's like, I see the people that you know go to these places and ask for food. They're able bodies and they can work. Why don't they? And that got me thinking. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of true. You know, sometimes you know you see people that able bodied. So I was a little disappointed, and I was like, wow, you know what, that's, And then I spoke to her. She's like, you know what, it may be true. And, but you have to realize that there are people there with real needs.
Yeah.
So we cannot, you know, say like pick people. We have to help them all evenly. You know, and you know, you may turn someone around, and you know, they can become, what do they call it? You know, better citizens.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was like, you know, that's true too. And like I said, you know, you have to, you become aware of these things, and then you think. I mean, you really think about it. You know what? Yes, some people abuse the system. It's just like everything else. Okay, like Twin Towers, when they came down, people started asking for assistance that had nothing to do with the towers, right?
Yeah.
They were abusing the system. And imagine this other.
Yeah, that was a question. When you say the end users, you say that 8% of Danbury is below the poverty line. You were talking about Bridgeport earlier. You said
Stratford.
Like Stratford there are areas in Stratford that are below the poverty line as well. But you had a statistic for Bridgeport. I think it was like 18% below the poverty line. So have you had an opportunity to see the end recipients of this food that you're providing? And how does that make you feel when you see, well, describe, who have you seen that's
actually, when we deliver the food,
you actually deliver
yeah, we
to
deliver.
people?
This is the whole thing. We deliver the food personally to pantries, and sometimes people are there picking up food.
Okay.
We've delivered to Dorothy Day, you know, at exactly 3 o'clock, because that's when they open.
Oh, okay.
And I can literally see the line of people. There's kids, there's mothers. There's of course, you know, men.
So in your relative who kind of was a little skeptical, said people abuse the system, if they were to see what you saw there, you're not seeing a lot of abuse. You're not seeing a lot of people kind of scamming the system for free food.
Like I said before, you become aware of certain things. You know, you see things differently.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you were to just drive by, because I'm sure that's what she does.
Okay.
Because on her way to work or whatever, she's like, there they are. But you know, if you're there, if you see them, if you see, you know, the kids, you know, the mother, and you begin to think, you're like, wow, you know, it's like, You know,
They need
I
help.
am making a difference.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at you guys, right? It's quite obvious that your origin is not of this country, and I know you guys have families elsewhere. Where are you from?
Me, I'm from New York. My family's from Ecuador.
Ecuador. Ecuador.
I'm from Guatemala.
Okay, Guatemala. So I know that when you think back of your own country, and you know that there are people pretty much, dying of hunger, and here you are in America, pretty much taking the same initiative that you would like to take, to take part of at home, and you're actually doing it here in Danbury. And to me, I would like to say, thank you for doing that, because you guys are doing something that is great. And I know that inside of you, you would probably want to do this at home. And it's probably be so expensive to probably send that stuff at home, and knowing that you can have the same effect here, probably just like, it has a tremendous effect.
Yeah. Actually, it's pretty awesome because, like those TV commercials, for instance, they said to donate money. Why are you going to donate money? Nobody's going to donate money because they work for that money. So what they say, they say donate at least a can or two, I guarantee you that people will help a lot more if you say, could you donate cans, not money? Because nobody's going to donate the money and not know where it's going to go.
Right.
Because I personally wouldn't donate money. I donate food or clothes.
Okay. We have a call. Caller, you're in the air. Hello? Could you turn the volume down, please?
I did.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I want to say that as a grandmother of Carlos, that him and his fellow workers have really come a long way, and I think it's great for me to sit here and see what values that his mother has taught him, to look out for somebody else first. If you can help somebody, give. It's better to give than to receive. And I don't know the other fellows, but I'm very proud of all of his classmates. He came to the senior housing, and he has collected a lot of stuff, and he went all out of his way. And everybody was really, really grateful to help him because of, like I said, Danbury, people need food. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of people in Danbury and the surrounding areas, and these kids are they really grew up.
Okay.
We need a lot more kids like this to go out to help.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, Carlos.
Yeah.
You got a big fan there.
Well, the phone number is 792-4101, 792-4101. Please give us a call if you would like to participate in this discussion.
Like I might ask one thing. It is pretty amazing how one simple lady comes to a classroom and teaches a bunch of young students like myself, and a bunch of students that like to go out and party on the weekends. And even them people, just because they're not here, but they help donate food. And people would never believe that. But if they're here today, people will change what they see of them. They're nice students.
Speaking of parties, can I segue to this?
Yeah, you
Not the Bob Marley thing, but you're going to have a festival, right, on June 28th? Luis, tell us a little bit about the festival. I can give you the date. It's June 28th.
It's my first time here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know too much about here, but I don't know about the show too much. The festival,
Right.
I don't know if you can say because I don't
Okay.
know too much.
But you're going to go, right?
Yeah.
You're going to clear your calendar
Yeah,
for the
I'll be there.
28th. You're definitely going to be there.
Yeah, be there.
Okay, why don't you tell us what it's about? And
Yeah,
what the cost of admission is, too.
The
That's
cost of
interesting.
admission. Yes.
Well, we can't mention any dollars.
No, you'll see what it costs.
Just canned food, right?
Yeah. All we're asking is whoever's going to show up, bring a pound of food.
Pound of food.
A pound of canned goods.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be collecting food that day also. As a class, we were hoping to hit the 1 ton mark.
1 ton of
Yes.
food.
Now, where is this party?
The party is at the Green, June 28th,
June 28th.
and it's called Lively Up.
Lively.
And we're going to be featuring local talent.
Lively Up, that's a Bob Marley song, Ivan. I don't know if you know that.
Lively up yourself and donate some food.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I got the CD if you want to.
Oh, by the way, we have a call. Okay. Caller, you're in the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, hi. I have a comment. I would like to be on the show, to talk to
You're on the air. This is your big television break. You're on the air. Tell us what's on your mind.
Yes, what's on my mind? I mean, I have concerns, and I have a couple of people that's, that's in and out. And I would like to know, besides the soup kitchen in Danbury, because I'm calling from Danbury, where I could get at least, or at least contact my friends to go for this, the cans of food that they're giving out or something.
Salvation Army.
Hello?
You could go to Salvation Army on Wednesdays. I believe it's at 10 o'clock. You can go in there and check.
At 10 o'clock, Salvation Army?
Yes, correct. Right by the police station.
And they give out canned foods and
They
stuff
give out
like that?
can- they
And is this part of the somebody that they're talking about, these kids are they talking about? Because I would like to give a good recommendation to these kids that's doing a good work.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Hello?
you.
Yeah,
Thank
just,
you.
it's at Salvation Army. You just check in and they'll tell you. They give you canned foods and bread.
And can I have your name, sir?
My name is Carlos.
Carlos, this is me, Julio Angel. What's up?
All right, thank you.
Carl's got fans. Right? His grandmother calling in. He's got this guy looking for food.
That's my uncle. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
Wow, pretend.
Just
I can't believe he watches TV.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. Why is it great? It's because, I have to bring this. You're seeing these, this is different ethnic backgrounds here, okay? Different ethnic backgrounds and from different countries. And these guys are pretty much living the example of what America is all about. You care for yourself and you care for others. And these guys are getting involved immediately, feeding the poor people, because with the price of gas and the way America is heading right now, these are the type of students we need, because right now they are students, but we also going to be, their students, because they teaching us how to be neighbors.
And one big family.
Yeah, one big family. Now, what do you think of all this? I mean, how are you growing with this personally? What effect or impact is it having on you?
Well, it's having a
as a
wonderful
person?
effect on me because I've been through it, believe it or not.
Okay.
Like when I first moved to Danbury, my mom went to the Salvation Army and picked up food. And every day I go to work and go to school and I see bum people picking up cans and all that. And it breaks somebody's heart when you see that. So if you have a couple of change in your pocket or anything, go in to grab him a coffee or grab him a little piece of bread, something, because I guarantee you he's probably more starving than you ever will. You have a next meal to go to. He doesn't have no meals to go to. He has garbage picking duty. And you can easily stop that by donating food or even going to a little restaurant when you see one, oh, here's a piece of bread. And I guarantee he'll take it. Don't give him money because you don't want him to buy anything that could end his life. Try to help him make his life get better.
See, this is quite interesting. Yours is personal. You want to give back. You were there, and now you're giving back.
Yes. And I'm doing that because I don't want somebody to go through the same thing I was going through.
And it's much more meaningful to you, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot more people, but as a group, and we're trying to make it world known, where all could just help. One
They're
can.
talking about a ton of food. I can't even imagine how much food that is.
There's a lot of human beings in this world. Say if 2 or 3 countries donate a ton, like a pound or 2 pounds of food, that's a lot of food if you add that up.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of food.
What about you? Personally?
I feel so happy to I don't know this program before. When I started go to the program, to the equation, I see to doing this stuff, And when I start doing this, I feel so happy. You see, you feed somebody, you give you something, to the next day, to see something different, make it like different world for the people,
How is that compared to back home? Like feeding, feeding hungry people here and feeding hungry people back home.
Well,
how would you compare the two?
It's really different because here, I remember my dad. He used to take us out to eat, I mean, that's a luxury, you know, to go out and eat. I remember, I mean, I was a little kid, but I still remember some of the kids looking out from the outside in through the glass. And
This is in your home country you're
Yes.
talking about. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, I'm eating. You know, my dad's eating and everything, and then, you know, it's some stuff we didn't finish eating. You know, and then my dad would just, I mean, we didn't touch it or anything like that. You know, I remember my parents would grab some of the stuff and then instead of putting it in the garbage, you know, which a lot of people do, you know, you just used to give it to the kids. They were happy. You know, I mean, of course, like you said, you know, what's the difference? Well, you don't see that here. You don't see kids looking through the window. I mean, perhaps maybe you saw that during the Depression, but you know, I mean, you know, it's not something that has happened here in a long time. I mean, it's something that's not seen very often.
It's not seen, but it's there.
But
See,
it's there.
America is very good at hiding its problems, and you won't see it, but it's there. Especially when you're watching TVs, it's like you only see the good, and people from other countries, when they watching TV, they want to come to America because, well, of course, it's the land of opportunity.
It is.
But they don't
price.
know that. Right. So, like you said, you don't see it, but it's there because it's shone upon for people to stand next to a window. They will call the police on you.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember one time I was eating at a Chinese restaurant. As I was walking out, there was a guy standing right there, and he'd been looking out through the window and it just sort of like reminded me a little bit, but he was an adult, and you know, like I said, I wasn't aware. I wasn't, you know, when you don't see things or when you don't want to see things, just walk by. You know, and then this time, you know, I saw him. I was aware he was there. And, you know, he looked at me and then, you know, we made eye contact. He's like, hey, you know, you have $1? And then he's like, I haven't eaten for a while. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's go inside. You know, I said, order whatever you want. And, you know, and, because it's like he said, I'm not going to give him money. Money, you know, I mean, you just don't know. I mean, I'd rather give food than money. So I asked him, he's like, oh, I mean, I just saw his eyes, you know, light up, and I'm like, ooh. So he asked for some food. I still remember what he asked for. He asked for, you know, like half a chicken, some rice.
Oh, good.
And then he was, and then he looked at me, and then I said, you know, if you want something to drink, you know, get something to drink. And he was happy, you know, and then, you know, and I paid for it, you know, and
When did you do that? How long ago was it?
Oh, this was
long before this class.
Yeah, long before.
Okay, so you
Okay,
kind
we have a
of
call. Caller, you're in the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
This is another fan of Carlos.
Okay.
say.
This is his Aunt Emma.
Okay.
All right.
To tell him and the other two guys there that I am very, very pleased that somebody has finally recognized that there are people in America and in Danbury that are hungry, because you always see commercials about other countries and other children, but you never see them here. And I think it's very, very good that somebody has finally stepped up to help the children and the families of America who are hungry. And I'm very, very proud of you, Carlos.
Why, thank you. You know, it is amazing how, like me and him for ourselves, we're a bunch of kids. We're helping other people. You know, it's supposed to be more grown people helping out grown people, but you know, it's pretty amazing how you know, we're local. We're from a school and we're helping out kids and stuff. We could have been out there playing basketball, this and that, but we decided to help feed the poor.
No, it's
And
very, very
you finally
commendable.
grew up.
And we're not trying to we're not trying to get
finally realized.
money donations and stuff. We're just doing it because we feel bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Good luck to you guys.
Okay.
No, I think you bring up a good point. I mean, you know, for your ages to have this sort of, you know, heart for people that are less fortunate, you don't see that. You know, you think guys are just...
You see like 70-year-old person sitting here, you know.
Have you
No,
gone to City
no, it's
Hall
very
yet? Have you gone to City Hall? and ask those guys to donate food?
The people at City Hall.
At City Hall, you should go.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
They are politicians, right? You should go ask them. I mean, you know, you
Well,
said you went to
sometimes-
Walmart and
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
little bodegas.
Yeah, we've gone to the little bodegas, and it's amazing how the smaller
Now-
stores are
more
willing.
Yes.
more
More
convenient to
generous.
give you food.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Than
that
larger
is the reason
stores.
why I am saying to people, support the local mom and pop stores, because they, I mean, right now it's very hard for them, but they will give in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So we should support them. Actually, we should buy from them quicker than going to Walmart, because these guys, they will give you, and they will give you gracefully.
When I used to go to the larger stores, I mean, it's funny because I would, ask for the manager who was in charge, and then they would tell me, I would explain, what I was doing, and they were like, oh, no, that's not me. You need to speak to someone else. I'm like, okay, when can I reach that person? And they would be like, oh, they're here on so-and-so date, and you can come and see them. So I would go and see him. He's like, oh, you know what? I need to call the regional manager. So it's like just going from one person to the other, and then once I got to the person who was supposed to like be in charge of charitable donations or whatever, you know what? I need to call corporate headquarters and see if we're doing this. And a lot of times it was like, you know what? We haven't been doing as well as we thought we were, and we're not doing anything like that for the present time.
Yeah.
And at some places I was told, you know what, we're not even allowing people to be in front of our stores to
Collecting
to
cans.
collect. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Now, if someone, instead of you going to these people, if the people who are watching, if they want to just bring food to you.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing that we.
Yeah, what's the
wanna do.
best way to do this, and where do you get your most business? Where does this ton of food come from?
It's amazing, but I mean, like for me, family members. I went and I have, fortunately, I have a large family.
So does Carlos.
I
I've heard
went
from
yeah,
many
I
of
went
them
to.
to see it. That might be the tip of the iceberg. I imagine.
I went and I explained to them what I was doing. They're like, oh yeah, sure, why not? They went and just like went through their little racks or whatever, wherever they store their food.
Yeah.
Just grab a couple of bags and and then there's one of mine who calls me. So I was like, you know what? I got 2 bags or 3 bags for you. I'm like, wow.
You still haven't answered my question though. We're gonna take this call, but I want you to tell me, if someone wants to come to you, where can they bring their food to you? Okay, hold on. Caller, you're in the air.
Yes, hi, hello. Is this Ideas at Work?
Yes.
Yes, I have a question. I would like to know, how can I get associated and help the needy too, like you guys are doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, can you turn the volume down, please, on your TV?
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
We're collecting food, and it's
Now he wants to know how he can help the needy too.
yeah.
So why don't he just join you guys?
Yeah, well, he can drop off donations if he would like to donate, or if he wants to do like what we're doing, go ask around for food and then donate it.
You could just drop it off at our local school at Miss Perfil's class, and we could just take it. Or if he wants to come, he could be part of it too.
So this guy can also be part of it. He can actually go and
Yes, definitely.
join the team, collect.
Yes.
We're not gonna deny somebody that's trying to help us.
Yeah.
Bring
So it's
food.
not just the high school students like you
We've
guys.
had actually people just drop by and, you know what, I collected this much food, and like, wow, okay.
The school is located at 10 Crosby Street,
10 Crosby Street
and it is the Western Connecticut Regional Adult
Center.
Center.
Now-
Western Connecticut Regional Adult Center, 10 Crosby Street.
Can they drop
Bring
the
the food
food
there.
there, or is there another location for that? Where
Yeah,
can they
no,
drop the
actually,
food?
they can definitely drop the food there. Actually, that would be the ideal place to drop it off. And I believe it's on. well, since school is out now, you know, we're coming to an end. But I mean, this is an ongoing process that we're, you know, it's good. We were hoping that it'll get bigger.
Okay, we have another call. Caller in the air.
I would like to make a comment.
Go ahead.
Yes, this is Carlos' aunt, and I'm calling to say, as a single parent, I would love to help. He could come pick up a bag of canned goods, and I'll help out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You made my day.
Carlos, how many people are in your family?
There's quite a lot.
Well, you know what?
And they all live in and around Danbury?
The whole reason I moved from New York to Connecticut was...
Where did you live in New York?
I lived in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, New York.
Bushwick, yes.
Okay.
It was very hard. The only reason I moved to Danbury was because I had family members that would help me, you know, because we were struggling in New York. So we came down here and they helped us.
Okay, how long have you lived in Danbury for?
I'd say around 8 years.
8 years.
So basically, people can actually call the show right now and pledge to bring food and help these high school students. Pledge right now. Call in. You got about 15 more minutes. Let's see how many people we can get to call in and say that they're going to pledge.
Yeah, like I said,
we
wanted to reach the 1 ton mark, and we are a bit shy. Off. Like, what was it, 600 pounds?
How many pounds is a ton?
2,000.
2,000 pounds. And you got 600.
Yes.
We
That's
have
a pretty good
600
start.
to go.
We have 600 to go?
600 or 500 to go, yeah.
So you collected about 1,500 pounds?
Three-quarter tons we have collected. So.
Wow.
You keeping track of that?
That's a lot of food.
Yeah, no, actually, we keep track of everything. That was the another thing that, you know, we implemented. You know, we take pictures of all the students who have collected, and we try to keep record. You know, to make sure that, you know, if anybody asks, well, what do you guys do? Well, here's the pictures. We even have a what do you call it? A scrapbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do
scrapbook.
you have a website or something you can go and...
That's
no,
next,
we
the
don't.
website's
Yeah,
next.
that'd probably be next.
Okay, hold on. We have another call. Caller in the air.
Hi, I was just wondering, I know you guys are donating food to the homeless, but are you guys also collecting clothes for the homeless?
Yes.
Yes, you could donate clothes too, because, you know, everybody needs shelter, and because I can't stay outside when it's cold.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, yes?
Don't go yet. Can you pledge right now?
Yes, I do have clothes that I want to donate.
So could you drop it off at Crosby Street at the school tomorrow?
Yes, I'll give it to you, Carlos. I'll give you all the food, all the clothes, and all the food that I have.
It's 1 to 3, the classes, so you could drop off all the donations tomorrow with the 1 to 3. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Keep warm.
Okay, call in. Please call the show because we want you to pledge right now because we want you to partner with the students and so that they can move this thing forward. Hopefully by next year, you guys can raise whatever the goal is, you know?
It was really crazy. I remember one time I was walking on Main
Phones are
Street.
ringing like crazy.
And there was a bum, literally a bum.
Don't call them bum.
Okay.
That's not the political correct word.
What is
Let's
it,
call them homeless
transient?
people.
Homeless
people.
You know.
And he was sitting out there in the cold, and then I gave him a hot coffee from the next door. It was a little bodega. I went there and bought him a hot coffee, and he looked so thankful. You seen like glory out of his eyes.
Wow.
Like,
Okay, all right, next call. Let me cut you off. Caller in the air.
It's another member of
Ivan, how
Carlos.
are you tonight?
Good. Are you calling to pledge?
Very good show. I'd like to make a couple comments. Number one.
But before you make a comment, are you going to pledge to bring a can of food to Crosby Street?
Sure, when?
Perfect.
tomorrow at Crosby Street, tomorrow at 1 to 3.
Crosby Street at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 10 Crosby Street.
Okay, at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay, listen, I'd like to make a few comments. Number one, nobody should be going hungry in this country.
Perfect.
And number two, the government, if everybody realizes, the government pays farmers in this country to keep their fields idle so that the price of food remains high. I don't know if you all know that. And number three, I think communities could do a better job in farming out their open space. And that's it. And I'll remember that Crosby Street tomorrow at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, we have another call. Caller, you're in the air. Turn that volume down, please. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
This is Carlos's little sister.
Oh, Carlos' sister.
I just wanted to say I want to make a pledge for food and clothes.
Thank you.
And I tell her I love you, Carlos.
I love you too.
Everybody loves you. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you.
Man, if we had just Carlos's family alone.
Where's your
Yeah,
family?
you know,
man?
just-
Where's your family?
I don't
Where's
know,
your family?
you know what? I guess we may be able to reach the 1-ton mark.
1-ton mark just with Carlos's family alone.
Yeah.
792-401. And if you don't feel like calling to pledge, 10 Crosby Street tomorrow from
1 to 3.
From 1 to 3, bring your food, bring whatever you have, because you are helping these guys to reach their mark. And I know that this is a great contribution for the city of Danbury.
You can bring socks, shoes, anything, hats, gloves, anything that will keep somebody warm and happy. You can bring them.
You know what? I'm going to ask you to leave. Say goodbye, and I'm going to bring the teacher. I'm going to bring the teacher in. But while we do that, we're going to go ahead and take this call. Caller, you're in the air.
Hi, I would like to pledge some food and clothes in honor of Carlos's grandfather. He passed away a couple years ago, and we would like to donate some food and clothes in his name to help the organization.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Welcome. At 1 o'clock in Crosby Street?
Yes.
10 Crosby
10
Street.
10 Crosby Street at 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Carlos, so when are you going to run for mayor?
I'll be a pretty good mayor.
Yeah, I know. This is great. What we're going to do is we're going to ask you to go ahead and say your last words, say goodbye, etc. And then we're going to bring the teacher that you guys have been talking about all day, all night. So if you want to say something, go ahead and say.
Yeah, just bring your canned goods, non-perishables, to 10 Crosby Street, and help us reach our 1 ton. And hey, if we can go beyond it, great. And we're going to keep on going, and maybe you'll see us here again in the future.
That would be
And
great.
we'll probably have more. Hopefully we can do 2 and then 3. A pound at a time. It's not hard, really. It isn't. And
How long have you been doing this?
we've been doing it for roughly 4 months.
It's about
4 months. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
So a pound at a time, pound per person. It's not hard. It's like maybe 3 cans, 3 or 4 at the very most. And it's 14 students, 14, 15 students, 3/4 tons. It can be done.
You have any influence in Richfield? Maybe you can bring these
Absolutely.
guys,
Come on, Ridgefield. Let's be heard from. Mr. There are no hungry people in Ridgefield, But, yeah. Come on, Ridgefield. Let's get the phones going.
Okay, let's
I will
let's take the
gladly-
camera, let's take the camera off you, and then
Yield
the
my
teacher
seat.
can come. Right, the
Yes.
teacher can come and.
We really need to meet this young lady
Yeah.
because she is inspiring the youth of
Guys,
Danbury
could you take
and
the camera
beyond.
off, and then so this guy can exit, etc.
Come
Oh
on.
well, you guys need to listen in there.
What are you going to do?
Okay,
It's
hold on,
cable
there's another
television.
call. Caller, you're in the air.
Nancy?
I'm sorry,
Nancy?
Nancy. Hi, Nancy. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good, good. You pledging?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go
Are
ahead.
you from Ridgefield?
No, I'm in Danbury.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, man. Nancy, go ahead.
I like to pledge some canned goods. I need to know what time and when I can bring it down there.
10 Crosby Street at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock?
Correct.
Thank you, Carlos. Y'all go doing a good job. And Ian, you too. We're proud of y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
right.
Thank you, Nancy.
Have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Well,
Hold on for a second. Another call.
Another call.
Caller, you're in the air.
Hi, I was just wondering, are you guys only collecting food tomorrow, or is this going to be an ongoing thing, like during the week or for months?
It's an ongoing thing, and I believe we have summer school starting in July, correct?
Yes.
So I believe if anybody wants to do some summer activity funds instead of going swimming, you could drop off some food to us.
Okay,
At the
God
same
bless you guys.
location. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Okay.
so young lady, you are the educator
sir.
that has inspired these young people to do these acts of mercy when young men their age are off, dancing to videos and things like this. Tell us about this.
Well, they are unbelievable, are they not?
They are. They're very impressive. Very impressive.
And this is 3 of them. There's probably, like they said, there's about 14, 15. They're amazing. Carlos actually joined the class a little later on, and he wasn't even in the class. He was in a civics class at night, and he got word of it. He decided to donate. He's now involved in the Friday class. The same thing with Luis. Luis was in an evening civics class, and he decided the same thing. And between the two of them, they've brought a couple 100 pounds.
That's incredible. Now, the name of your class is Public Service Learning. And what is the curriculum? What do you go over? What do you teach besides, you know, this type of humanitarian work?
Well, basically, the students we have a lot of energy, and we wanted to put it to good use.
Okay.
So instead of it being, you know, somewhere out in the streets or wherever it would have been, we decided that have a class, teach them how to do community service, and the ones who were interested showed up, and here we are, 1,500 pounds of food later. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Now, this was your idea, though, this class, or this part of the class?
Like I said, we had a lot of students. We wanted to figure out an interesting class for them, and we just kind of came up with it. Myself and the director of the program, and then we met the two gentlemen who work for the World Sports Alliance.
And they were on the show before, so.
Right, so all of us are working together in conjunction, and we came up with collecting food. So we take it in, we weigh it, and it just
and then you distribute it through these networks, the Food Bank, Salvation Army, and a couple of others.
Okay, we have a call. Caller in the air.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to make a pledge in Carlos's name again.
Oh, thank you.
I live at Danbury Commons, and I'd like to make a pledge for me and my friends to donate for... I'm turning it down.
Turn the volume down, please.
I am.
Okay, thank you.
So Carlos is embarrassed. But I will drop off tomorrow between 1 and 3, and my neighbors from Danbury Commons greatly appreciate all that Carlos has done for the neighborhood. He's a great dad and a great family.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
We love you, Carlos. Go ahead, get embarrassed. Love you, Nene.
Thank you.
Come on. Say you love me.
I love you too.
Come on. All right, thank you. You know what? I have a great idea.
Yes, sir.
When you come in, the viewers, bring 5 other people with you. Okay? Try to bring 5 more with you. 5 people with you. And that would be great.
On TV?
No.
Oh.
When they when they come to bring
food.
food tomorrow, bring 5 people with you.
Okay.
We're going to reach this 1-ton goal. I mean, they might reach it tomorrow.
They might.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is great.
Absolutely.
This is great. Now we have like 4 minutes left. You are doing something phenomenal job with the students, because you're not just teaching them the textbooks, but you're teaching them how to live in a community. That's what it's all about. Sharing, sacrificing time, because they could have, you know, been out there partying.
They could be.
Right, but they.
Well, actually,
impacting
mentioning the
other people's
party,
lives.
the festival is going to be June 28th at the Green, and there will be some partying there.
Well, you know, if everybody in the world, you eat every night, you have clothes, you have a car, you have a place to live. I mean, how dare we if we just let, you know, other people living in our midst not do anything about, you know, people who have less than us?
We're all the same people equally.
How much can you bank? You really have to give it out to others.
Yeah, this is.
And this country is the
great.
richest country, one of the richest countries in the world.
Yeah.
So we need to step up to the plate, like these guys are doing, and do, you know, make a difference.
And the funny thing about it is that these guys, your parents are from other countries.
Yeah.
So, in some ways, your parents probably experienced that in other countries,
Yeah.
and you probably experienced it when you were there. So, for you to, you said when you first came here, you had to take advantage of the food pantries.
Yeah, I lived
here
with my
in
aunt for
Denver.
like 6 years.
Right. So
That's
it's great that you guys are giving back and you guys are impacting other people's lives, and you're actually teaching us how to live in a community by sacrificing your time to make sure that other people can eat. And that's the basic for survival, to be able to eat. Can you say the last word? please.
She's young.
Well,
she can do it.
as we already said, if people want to donate, 10 Crosby Street. Actually, tomorrow's our last class for public service. We're hoping to do the 2,000 pounds with the students, and hopefully anybody else who wants to donate could be 10 Crosby Street, and hopefully we'll go over the 2,000 pound mark for the week, which would be great.
What's the phone number if they want to call? The school number.
Shall we give it? Poor Estella.
Hey,
No, 797-4731 is the phone number.
Repeat that again.
797-4731 is the phone number.
Area code 203.
203. Yes, 203.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Miguel, who's here before, Carlos, Louis, and now Miss Myra, thank you very much for what you guys are doing. Good luck to you guys.
I have to thank them.
And we're going to have to invite them back on the show. To
Absolutely.
See if they wish
They're unbelievable.
I want to hear once
Now,
what happens next.
Okay, next week we are going to show the speech that Al Sharpton did when he came to a New Hope Baptist Church, the whole entire speech. So call your friends, because the News Time wrote about it, and you know there was some misunderstanding there, but I want you to see the speech. So tune in next week so you can see Al Sharpton talk about whatever. All right?
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. See you guys next week.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Take
it.
it.
Okay, now what happens now is they
Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
the videos